Hi, I'm Alex Follett, and this is the fifth episode of 51.5 Tips for a Beginner Property Investor. Anything said in this video should not be taken as financial advice because I'm not a professional. So you should seek independent financial advice for your own strategy. But what I would like to explain in this video is how I ended up with following the HMO strategy. Which is an advanced strategy. So HMO is houses of multiple occupancy, and there are many more rules and regulations involved in this particular strategy, and normally people start with just the usual buy-to-let. So you would buy a house, maybe do a refurbishment and lend it to one family usually, or just an individual. So since I started educating myself about property about 2.5 years ago, I was always planning to start with buy-to-lets, but the situation changed last year with the Clause 24 of the Finance Act 2015, which restricted mortgage relief for the individual landlords. Basically, it means that if I'm paying mortgage interest, it is as though I'm making profit on it, so I'm still liable to pay tax. And what it means is that the margins, the profit margins for the buy-to-let business become much smaller. So the ways around it at the moment is to create a company, but also, we don't know what will happen later on. Maybe they'll place the same restrictions for the companies. So really the advice from experienced property investors was to any project you do, you need to have higher margins, higher profit margins, so that whatever happens, you still are making profit. And just to say, this is the first business that I'm building. I have always been employed, I always had jobs. So yeah, this is my first business, and I want to make sure that I'm successful. So with the HMO, houses of multiple occupancy, the way it works is, I'll just give an example of a project that we're doing at the moment. So we purchased a 4-bedroom house, and there are 2 reception rooms there. And we're going to convert this house to an HMO. So the 2 reception rooms are going to be bedrooms with en suites. And in the first floor we have 4 bedrooms, and 2 of them we are going to convert to en suites as well. So it is going to be a 6-bedroom house. And just talking about the numbers, if we were to rent out this house to a family just as it is with a bit of refurbishment, we would make 650, it would rent out for 650 pounds a month, and we would need to pay the management fee from there, but the family would cover all the bills. If we're renting out the separate rooms, the rooms would actually be rented out between 350 and 420 pounds a month. So the en-suite rooms would rent out higher. So basically you do your maths, and we would need to take out the management fees, 10%. We would also need to cover the bill and the mortgage, the bills and the mortgage, also taking into account 10% for any unforeseen circumstances. We'll be left with £1,000 net profit a month. So it is a big difference for the income. So really I became interested in the HMO strategy, but there is a reason why it is an advanced strategy. So with the HMO you really need to follow rules and regulations. So you are looking after tenants, and it is your responsibility to make sure that tenants are safe, that they have comfortable standard of living. What I'm doing with the first project is we have a project manager who is experienced in HMO conversions, and our builder is experienced as well. They have brought the HMO officer from the council to advise exactly what regulations need to be followed. So we'll need to install category D fire alarm. We need to install fire doors in all the rooms. Another thing that I'm doing is I have a mentor. So I mentor with Assets for Life with Liam Ryan and Jay Munoz. They're experienced in HMO conversion. So, I ask them questions. And I can also recommend a book. So this is a book by Wendy Whitaker-Large. And it's called 101 Essential Tips for Running a Professional HMO. And actually it has 101 tips. And here you can see I've, marked a lot of points, and basically I sat down with my business partner and we ran through the book, and we just thought, okay, what exactly we need to implement. Maybe some things, are not relevant to us. And just to say that for your first HMO project, you really want some professional help, and maybe go with a minimo. So minimo is not a proper term, but everyone uses it in the industry. So basically it is 5-bed house and less, or at least go for an HMO that doesn't require a license. So an HMO over 3 floors and with 5 or more bedrooms does require a license. So, maybe start with a smaller HMO, get professional help, and good luck. You can do it.